On camera, the tone, it sounded calm, measured, even hopeful. But beneath those carefully chosen words, it was a clear and serious warning. Because while the entire world is talking about a ceasefire, Japan is quietly asking a bigger question. Is the war really pausing or just slowing down for a moment? Ladies and gentlemen, Japan has now officially reacted to the US-Iran ceasefire. And the response is not just of celebration but of caution as well. Japanese leader Sanae Takaichi described the truce as a positive step, but made it very clear that a real de-escalation has not yet been proven. According to her, what matters is not the announcement of peace, but whether actions on the ground they are actually following the orders or not. And for Japan, this is not just a distant political issue. It is deeply connected to its national security and its economic survival. Japan imports a large portion of its energy, and a significant share of that supply passes through one critical point, the Strait of Hormuz. Well, this narrow waterway, it carries a huge percentage of world's oil shipment, making it one of the most sensitive and strategic choke points on the planet Earth. So when tensions rise in the region, Japan does not just watch, it feels the impact almost immediately. So any disruption in Hormuz, it can trigger higher oil prices, increased shipping costs and supply chain uncertainty. And this is why Tokyo is placing strong emphasis on keeping this route open, stable, secure. In fact, Japanese officials are closely monitoring the maritime moment, regional security, and even insurance risks that are linked to the shipping routes through the Gulf. Takaichi has kind of stressed that securing the Strait of Hormuz, it is not optional, it is necessary. Because even a temporary blockade or a threat, it can create ripple effect across global market, affecting everything from fuel prices to inflation in the countries far beyond the Middle East. And this is why Japan is also coordinating with international partners to ensure safe passage for the commercial vessels and prevent any type of disruption in the global trade flow. And at the very same time, Japan is strongly pushing for continued diplomacy here. The message from Tokyo, it is clear. The ceasefire must not become a symbolic pause. It must lead to real negotiation, clear agreements, and a structured path towards stability. And without that, the risk of sudden escalation, it remains very, very high. Well, wait. Another key concern for Japan is the predictability of the situation. Recent developments have shown that even after ceasefires are announced, military incidents, they can still occur, whether in form of airspace violation, regional strike, or naval tension, anything. Now, this uncertainty makes it difficult for countries like Japan to plan ahead, specifically when their economies are closely tied to the stable global supply chain. So, in the end, what Japan is effectively saying is this: welcome the ceasefire, but don't trust it blindly. Watch what happens next, watch the signal, the moment, the action, because peace, it is not defined by any one announcement. It is defined by consistency over time. And right now, as global powers react and tensions continue to simmer beneath the surface, Japan's message, it stands out as a reminder. The situation may look very calm for now, but the risk, it has not dispersed. The world may be in a pause, but it is still very close to the edge.